everybody, it's Kim from Kim's Homestead here with you in the kitchen once again, and today I thought I would bring you along to make a chicken soup, just a chicken and vegetable soup. Very easy, very quick and very simple, and I'm going to be using leftover vegetables, leftover chicken. There's some leftover stock. As you see, the vegetables, they're not great. They're certainly no good for eating fresh, but they're going to be wonderful in the soup. They will add actually a lot of flavour because their sugars are concentrated and they'll be very flavoursome in the soup. So let's start by this this one here. I'll cut the base off, save that, because that is going into my vegetable stock. This one here is past gone, but I'm still going to save it and put it in my stock. And I will just cut off the leaves up the top. Once again, in the veggie stock they go. And I'll just go through, take out anything I don't want in there. Some of the leaves are fine, they will actually add a lot of flavour. That one can stay. The ends, I usually chop them off, but they will go in and make stock. And there we go. We have some nice vegetables for our soup. And celery always makes the best stock to use. It's got a lot of flavour in it. So I'll just chop this up nice and fine. You don't want a really chunky chicken vegetable soup. So I like to make it nice and fine. And I'll push that off to one side. Right, I've also got some carrots. There's a pretty old limpy one here, and two slightly fresher. So we'll start by peeling the old one. Top and tail, and put them aside for the stock. And do a couple more. Once again, pop it aside for the stock. Okay, I think I'm going to dice these carrots, make them nice and small. Push it off to the side. Now I also came across an old potato in the fridge, so I'm just going to cut the eyes out, leave the skin on. And dice it up. Tough little bugger. And once again, push it off to the side, make some room. Now, here I have some Romanesco cauliflower and broccoli from the garden. So I'm just going to dice it up. And the end bits into the stock. Now also I have some fresh parsley. Kept in bags like this in the fridge, they will actually last quite some time. These have been in here probably a few weeks now. And I'll just go through and chop all this. stems can go into the broth mix, and I'll just give it an extra chop. What I haven't got here is onion, so I better chop an onion. Can't have soup without onion. Into the soup mix. This outside paper layer will actually go into the compost. First layer here, which is mostly onion, will go into the soup mix. The stock mix. Which will become soup later on. Okay, so now we chop our onion. Yes, I've tried all those hacks. I don't think there's a cook anywhere in a kitchen that hasn't tried those hacks. Do they work for you? The only way I can get out of it is put on a big pair of swimmer's goggles. You know, one of them diving masks that covers the nose and everything else. That'd look good on YouTube, wouldn't it? Okay, so we've gotten this far. Next off is to put it on the stove and cook it down a little bit. Basically, I don't want to cook it. What I want to do is just make it translucent, so it's just soft, mainly on the about halfway through. And then I'll put it in my stock pot. So we'll go over to the stove and I'll show you what I'm doing there. Well, here we are. So I will turn the stove on. It's on about high at the moment. I need to heat up the pan. And I'm going to add a good dollop of butter. And we're all heated up here, so we will start putting a few vegetables in. I think I'll start with the onion. Now I'm going to add a little bit of salt to this, probably a good pinch, because I just want the onion to sweat out any water. Now I'll add the celery and the onion and the potatoes. That's the only thing I'm going to leave on the plate, on the chopping board at the moment, is going to be the parsley. I don't want that cooked down too much. Probably now's a good time to add my garlic. Now this is the garlic that I grew last year and I made into a garlic paste. As you see, it's still going well. It lasts quite some time, which is really great. I just keep it in the fridge. It's mainly just minced garlic and a little bit of oil. I think I used vegetable oil on this one. Olive oil can leave a taste and it can go rancid if you're not using fresh oil and you don't use it quick enough. And I think I'll add a little bit of black pepper, just a good pinch. here I have a little bit of chicken stock. I think this came out of, I bought a bag of rotisserie chicken from the supermarket, and this is just the liquid that came out of the bag, which has been sitting in my fridge for a couple of days. So it's got a lot of flavour in it. So I'm just going to throw this in, and that will help lift the umami taste from the bottom of the pan and stop it from sticking to the bottom. So I'll just put this in. Fat from around the sides. That has so much flavour in it, and that is actually good fat. I think that's cooked down enough. Right, we'll just leave that there for a minute. Actually, I'll put in this now and it can steam for a little bit. Okay, so let's go back over to the bench and we'll chop up our chicken meat. And I've also got a little bit of pork there, not much, just a little piece. And I've also got some ham in the fridge that needs to be used as well. So we're going to have quite a mixture of flavours in this soup, and it will use up all the bits and pieces and leftovers and make a nice, nourishing, flavoursome soup. So here's our chicken pieces. That's that little piece of ham that I was telling you about. Just a small piece, but rather than waste it, it can go, oh actually it's not ham, it's pork. It's from a sirloin pork steak, and I really don't want to waste it because it was absolutely beautiful. Go away, you little mongrel. Never see them until I pull out food. Rotten little beggars they are. Don't know if you guys hate flies and blowflies as much as I do, but I doubt it. Nice, really small chunks. I think there'll be enough chewing with the veggies. You don't need dirty great gobs of meat in there. There's a bone in this one somewhere. There we go. Pull him out into the stock bucket. Oh, go away. Sorry you can't see there much, but once the blowflies are gone, I'll uncover again. Now this chicken here is just what's left from my son's birthday party the other night. And I've had chicken and salad for the last 3 days and nights. So it's now time to either eat it all tonight, and there's way too much there, or put it into something else. So I thought, well, chicken soup sounds good, because what I don't eat tonight I can put in the freezer and use it for a meal later on, or I can can it. So I've got the choice there. Sorry for the dog barking, if you can hear it there. It's the neighbour's little dog, and I think it barks at air. It's always going off. I have only just moved in, so he's probably getting used to a few things around. And being a little terrier, they're great little guard dogs, but they do tend to yap a lot. Anyway, it'll settle in. Well, I won't make you sit through all of this, so I will most likely fast forward the rest of chopping this and then bring you back to the next stage. There we go. That's the amount of waste that I've got from all those vegetables, and that will go into the compost. Oh. Here is my vegetable scrap bag that I will keep in the freezer and keep adding to when I get the vegetables. And then when I want to make stock, I just pull this out. Now the chicken bones and all have gone in here, and when I want to make stock, I just pull one of these out, fill a pot with water, chuck in some salt and pepper, one of these, and I've got stock. So here's our crock pot. I think it is a 2 to 3 litre crock pot. I'll have to check on the size there. And this I got from The Good Guys, if you're looking to purchase one for yourself. So in goes the meat, all nice and finely chopped. And in goes our vegetables. Right, so to this I'm going to add 1 quart of chicken stock, right. I'm going to add 2 quarts of chicken stock. Now this I will put in the crock pot for what's the time? About 4 hours on high. Now before I'm nearly ready to serve, probably an hour before I'm ready to serve, I also have to add to it I opened up a big can of white beans which need to be used, so I will be adding probably about a cupful of white beans to the soup, and yeah, I'll bring you back when I'm ready to dish up. Well, tea's nearly cooked. And what I'm going to do now is, first of all, I'm going to put in some beans. I've taken out 3 big jugs full, because I'd like to can the soup that's in there, and you can't can it if it's got flour, or the flour in it mainly. And I'm just going to be putting some white beans in there to give it a bit of extra body. And what I'm going to be doing is putting in some plain flour, but what I'm going to be doing is mixing it like you would a roux, but I'm not going to cook it like you do a roux. What this will do is impart a really glossy, almost a gravy-like consistency to the soup. So the flour and some butter, some nice soft butter, now it won't go in clumps, because as the butter melts in the mixture, in the soup, it will thicken it up without it going lumpy. I hope. This is actually the first time I've used this method, and I was watching one of my YouTube channels that I watch, which is Becky with Homemakers, and she did this to a chicken soup that she had, and it looked absolutely divine. So I thought I'd give it a go and see how it turns out. So we'll just mix this thoroughly. So you end up with a nice, almost a, what's that, royal icing mixture. So it's thoroughly mixed together. Okay, put it all back in there on my grot. Right, what I'll do is I'll start with half of this and see how we go. We'll probably end up with it all in there, but I'm going to start with half. Now I'll just get a spoon so I can stir. And that's bringing that together nicely. Ah, yes. Otherwise it was a little watery, which I don't actually mind, but if I can add a bit more body and flavour to it, why not? Without having to add cream. I don't really want to add cream to it. Yep, that's nice. So I'll put the rest in there. Oh yes, that's beautiful. See how lovely and creamy that is without actually having to add cream. Now that will come together nicely and thicken up in a few minutes. Beautiful. So, we'll just have a taste test, shall we? It's good texture. It smells beautiful. I'll probably do with a little more salt. And a little more pepper. Yep, that's thickening up beautifully. Sort of like a cross between a soup and a chicken stew. Oh yeah, much better. Okay, time to dish up. See how thick it is? Beautiful. There we go, very nice. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this little video of putting together a beautiful chicken and ham soup just using the scraps out of your fridge. And if you like this video, I'd appreciate a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, please think about subscribing. And I'll catch you again next time. Bye for now.